Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. So we are back on the Bear Tracker 250, and you guys could see I got the carb on. We actually got it running last time, and now it's time for an air cleaner. And I was very happy to find this. They're about 10 bucks each, including postage. And the air cleaner comes with a few inserts so that it fits multiple carburetors. This carburetor I think is a 42, as I recall. So I mean, with these inserts, it's a piece of cake. You just basically take the small one out, put it on there, and it's in good shape. The air cleaner itself is of good quality. And there's a way you test it. You actually get your strong LED flashlight, shine it around the filters, the interfaces, and get those inserts out of there, shine the flashlight in. Make sure that you don't see any bright light anywhere. You make sure, like, you can see the extra glue there along the seam. You take a real look for that, because if you have holes, right, obviously your holes are where the stuff is going to get inhaled and hurt your motor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, then we'll go on to the next thing, which is the gas tank. Air cleaner is done, and here's the gas tank. I got to be honest with you guys, I thought the tank would be more expensive than this, so it was about 32 bucks delivered. When I read the ad for the gas tank, it indicated that it did have a problem with the petcock, the turnoff valve. If you take a look in there, if I get the sun just right, you kind of see, like right there, it's chipped. That little rubber piece is chipped. So I have a little hack I do. Obviously it needs a new petcock. You can't get that little rubber gasket thing, and if you look at it, there's actually quite a bit to it. You're really not going to get yourself a car inner tube and make one either. So given that this is basically worthless and I don't want to sit here and wait until another one comes in, there's a little hack I do to bring this back to life. Unfortunately, it's going to be stuck in the on and reserve position, but if it doesn't leak, who cares? I can always put a quarter turn valve further downstream, and that gets me to life, right? I'm trying to bring this thing, get this thing to a nice, easy, rideable state, and that'll get me to that state. Just want to show you how this valve works. You see how you have that elongated area? Now, just picture that elongated area. As I put it in, right between there and there is hooked together. Should I turn it this way to the off position, you see how the long part is down there and both of those are blocked off. So, and once again, if I turn it a little more that way, you can see how that thing would connect this guy and that's how the gas goes out. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm basically going to seal it in the reserve position, and let me show you how I do that. So I've taken this high-tack Permatex Forma gasket stuff and I painted it right on there, and what I'm going to do is and you really want to kind of do it in one move. You want to kind of smash that right into the hole in the position you want it to be in, which for me would be up and down like that in this position. So I'm going to put the camera down so I could do it successfully, and I'll show you once it's done together, being put back together again. Once you set it into place and you know everything's where it is, you tighten the screws down, you might want to just kind of blow into the hose a little bit. Make sure that you have air going into the into the gas tank. You just want to make sure you don't clear those paths. Once that former gasket dries up and out in the sun here, it should be dried pretty quickly. It does create a really good seal, so you don't want to be in the wrong position and once again seal up the passes that you're hoping to get gasoline through. Unfortunately, the Bear Tracker's gas tank also leaked on the bottom, so I took the petcock out, and I also put a sealer around it, put it back in, let it dry for a while, and I'm about to test it out to see if it's going to leak. Hopefully then I could hook it up, hit the starter, get this thing cranked up, and once again, hopefully no leaks. I could put a filter on it. I already got the turn off here, bolt the tank down and keep going. Okay, tubers, here we are. So when you're trying to bring a bike back to life, it's almost like taking a big rock and breaking it into a bunch of little ones and breaking it into even smaller and smaller and smaller ones until you get dust that you can do something with. And what I did is I managed obviously to get a gas tank and air cleaner on this thing, but unfortunately it's still a little, I don't know if you could see that, it's still a little bit weepy. It's not dripping gas, but where the valve goes into the tank, it's just weeping a little bit. I ordered another valve. It was like $7 on eBay, but it is all put together. There is an air filter on it, and it's time to take a ride. Like, you know, get on the bike, set the choke, turn it on. She's gonna idle. It's cold. I still have the choke part way on. So to put this in reverse, you first put it in first gear, then there we are. So I adjusted the clutch on this thing. And that's obviously working much better. I still have the choke part way on. But this is exactly what you want to get your toys to be, right? Such that you can, you know, just pop them in gear. Second. Third. I mean, I think on this one the brakes even work. I can never be sure because I never use them. Probably because I'm used to three-wheelers. When you want to stop or slow down with a three-wheeler, you just turn a little bit. It's like applying brakes, right? Unless you're going straight. You just kind of keep your weight on both back tires. Give it a little bit of a turn, and they slow right down, right? The back tires are pinned together, and when you keep full weight on both of them, and the front wheel, the friction actually slows you right down. So where I wanted to get this thing is I want to get it, you know, obviously to the riding stage, turn the key, start it up, take it for a ride. And I've obviously gotten it there, but it's not quite right. Not that I'm not selling this, so please don't ask. As a matter of fact, the more I've ridden on this thing, it's kind of grown on me a bit. But I want to get it to the point of selling stage, so to speak, where it's completely turnkey, right? You just walk up to it, turn the gas on, turn the key, take it out for a ride. I lost the skin on my knuckles yesterday there. Those prickle bushes got me good. About this thing, what do I think of it? I'm still not sure. It kind of rides a little high in the saddle, which doesn't thrill me, right? That makes it a little tippier. It's not the perkiest thing in the world. I mean, it's not bad, but it's no racer, that's for sure. It is pretty sure-footed and stable. It does have enough power. The back tires are bald, but I was drifting it around on those bald back tires. So it has enough power to brake and boost and drift. I guess generally speaking, I like it well enough. Excuse me, where I'll make room in my collection for it. So here we are. Right back where we started. Neutral light is on. Shut it down and we're all good. Still a lot of details. Once again, I gotta get the new petcock, install it, make sure it doesn't leak. So that takes care of that. That'll get the fuel valve out of there and a couple of the other complications I have with the fuel system. I am going to have to run, well, actually the new petcock will also have a filter in it, so I won't have to be running that fuel filter and all that other trivia. So that'll be an improvement. Once I get the gas tank completely straightened out, I can put the cover back on it. I put one screw into this so it's not falling off completely anymore. I got to kind of put the second one into it. Plastics need to be cleaned up. You know, at some point I should dig up a set of back tires for it, but right now they hold air. So it really, you know, it's mostly done. Not completely, but mostly done. I don't have the right battery in it. The battery in it is small. I mean, it's working, but it is a little bit small. So that should get changed out. You know, mostly trivial stuff now. For most kid quads, this is better than they normally get. So I guess from that point of view, it's in pretty decent shape. But for getting it to 100%, to getting it to the point where you know, if theoretically I was going to sell it, it would be sellable for the maximum amount. It needs the plastics cleaned, proper battery. Obviously I have to fix the gas leak, you know, all that trivia. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You'll be kind of seeing this quad occasionally now. It's kind of done with most of its videos, but occasionally you'll see it come out of its, you know, retirement to go work or do something. So I guess we'll call this done for now. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.